That was a wonderful story. It's amazing that despite the threat to his life and such an enormous amount of responsibility, he was still able to make time for his family and be so pleasant with them.
Yes, and what's really beautiful is that because of his behavior with his family, it seems that they were very devoted and attached to him. These days, we have smaller families, yet we're also so distant from each other.
You're so right. We bought Zainab a new phone so that she could stay in touch with us, but all these devices, they've made us become strangers to each other.
Yes, you're right. Media is destroying the little time we did have with one another. But we can't let machines take care of the most important needs our kids have, that is to connect with other beings.
Go on and tell me the next story. Perhaps Maulana's stories are useful after all.
Well, the next story was about Agha Mirza Shirazi, and it emphasized the importance of being politically aware and seeking out a just ruler.
The year is 1890. Nasiruddin Shah from the Qajar dynasty in Iran has recently signed a secret contract with Major Talbot of the British Empire to allow the British to have full monopoly over the production, export, and sales of tobacco in Iran for next 50 years. The local population is furious about this deal, as 1/5 of the population is involved in the tobacco trade in varying degrees. Furthermore, it is yet another episode of the humiliation of the Iranian nation to the foreign powers and the weakness and corruption of the Shah.
Come and look at my brand new tablecloth that I got yesterday. My husband bought it for me from the bazaar as a surprise gift. It is the most beautiful tablecloth I have ever seen. Look at it, the bright colors, the patterns. It is so beautiful. It's not like the boring Iranian prints that everyone has.
Wow, it's so gorgeous. It's obvious it doesn't come from Iran. The colors, they're so sophisticated. Is it from Britain?
Yes, it is. Now that the Shah has opened up markets to Britain, it is so much easier to find amazing things from there. And now we don't have to depend on those poor peasants in villages to make rugs and decorations for our homes.
But you have such beautiful tablecloths already from Shiraz and Tabriz with hand embroidery and beading. How do you find this superior in quality? There isn't even any work on the cloth.
Oh, please. Anyone can get a tablecloth from Shiraz. They're always available in the bazaars. But this is so modern. Foreigners don't believe in decorating their tablecloths with beads and such nonsense. They don't place their tablecloths on the floor, you know, but on beautiful wooden tables above the ground. I have heard they do everything above the ground. Even their toilets are above the ground. I told my husband I'm done with sitting and eating on the floor. And I got him to place an order for a beautiful wooden table.
How do you convince your husband to let you buy all this in these difficult times? My husband says that since the Imperial Tobacco Corporation has taken over the sales of tobacco, he and his friends must give all their tobacco straight to the company representatives for a tiny amount of money. He won't buy me anything extra.
The corporation is nothing but a ruse. It is a British man, Talbot, who runs the company and keeps our hard-earned profits for himself. I would never let such an imperial power enter my home. I hate them so.
You're right. It is the imperialists who are monopolizing our industries. But we have no one to blame but our dear Shah. You do know he is the one who secretly agreed to this. He has wasted so much of our profits that in order to get out of debt, he agreed that the British take all the profits from the tobacco industry, and in return, they'll give him a small amount of money every year.
I will not have you insulting the Shah like that. He is the one who protects us and gives our husbands jobs. You would not be sitting here in comfort if it were not for him.
And his wife is so gorgeous. Did you see the parade last week on Eid, where they came by on horses? She looked so beautiful next to him. And they came down to kiss the children. They even gave gifts to the poor.
Please tell me you are not fooled by that show. What is a few gifts and sweets when you have stolen the livelihoods of your people? They have squeezed dry the wealth of this country, such that we have to beg at the hands of the foreigners for the most basic necessities.
You're just jealous you cannot afford such cloths. If you have such distaste for the Shah, then why are you here? Leave Iran and move away. Go to Iraq. Don't stay here and insult our leader.
Speaking of Iraq, my husband tells me that a delegation has been sent to Najaf to speak to Agha Mirza Shirazi, may God give him a long life, about this very situation. I pray to Allah that He is able to do something about our terrible, terrible state. I don't know what will happen to us if things do not change.
To Najaf? What does a Rouhani sitting in the dusty streets of Iraq know about our situation here? Do you know he was offered the leadership of Shiraz, but he refused because he wanted to keep studying? I don't understand. How is all that fiqh and usul and logic and academic discussion in that ancient institution going to help us in these modern times? We need somebody who understands our situation and truly cares for Iran.
How dare you insult our Marja like that? I am surprised at you. Although I shouldn't be, seeing how taken you are by the corrupt leaders. You know very well that Agha may be in Najaf, but he is always aware of every single thing that happens to his followers here in Iran. He has always had the greatest concern for the unity and well-being of Muslims around the world.
I do not believe that scholars should interfere with our business and daily lives. Let them give us instructions on things they know. Let them tell us how we must fast and how we must pray. We will listen to them and respect them as long as they do not tell us how to make and spend money.
Exactly.
Forgive me, but God forbid that we become like the Shi'as of Kufa during the time of Imam Hussein. They also professed their love for the family of the Ahlul Bayt, but their love and their faith were nothing but mere words on their tongue. And when the time came to back up their words with actions, they were not able to, because their hearts were slaves to their material possessions, their pride, and their positions. Let us hope that when we are called to action, we will respond.
Ayat Razi was soon informed of all the events transpiring in Iran. He immediately dispatched a telegraph to the Shah describing his displeasure with what was happening. The Shah ignored the letter. Ayatollah Mirza Shirazi wrote to the Shah a second time, and when he was ignored yet again, he issued what is now famously known as the Tobacco Fatwa.
How dare he stand up to me again? I will have him arrested at once by the secret police. No, I will send my men to Najaf and assassinate him in the night. No, that is not humiliating enough for him. He must be humiliated the same way he's humiliated me.
Your Highness, please, I beg you, calm yourself. It is not good for your nerves. Tell me, what is it that has made you so upset?
What is it that is upsetting me? Are you ignorant of what is going on? Tell me that you do not know that Muhammad Hassan Shirazi has made a fool of me once again. Why, was it not enough last year when he refused to let me come to his home in Najaf? I was gracious enough to offer to come to his dusty home and sit on the ground to talk to him. But he refused. And he even sent back the gift my men gave him.
But you told everyone about your meeting with them at the Haram of Amir al-Mu'mineen.
Yes, of course. I could not tell them that he refused to let me come to his home. I had to pretend like I was happy to see him at the Haram. And now with his fatwa, he's making me the laughingstock of the country again. The whole world is laughing at me. See how weak the Shah of Iran is, they are saying. An old man in a turban, sitting hundreds of miles away in another country, is better able to control the people of Iran than its leader. I will not have this. I will not have anyone listening to him. People must be ordered to continue to buy and sell tobacco. How? Tell me how.
What are you speaking about?
Ahmak! You stupid man! Have you not been outside this palace? Every mosque, every store, the fatwa is written in plain sight for all to see. From today, the use of tobacco in any form or manner is equal to fighting with the Imam of our time. No storekeeper is agreeing to sell tobacco in any form. Tobacco plants are being cut down, pipes are being thrown away, and men and women who have smoked all of their life have suddenly given up their habit. All because of the words of this one man.
Your Highness, I'm sure these reports are exaggerated. Tobacco is more common than tea here in Iran. It is not possible that everyone would stop using it. I beg of you, forget this matter. It will pass. Come with me. Come and see the new wing of the palace. The renovations have just been completed. No expenses have been spared to make it the most beautiful and most modern room in the palace. The paintings are from France, the tiles from Morocco, the carpets from India. Come and see it, and you will forget all about
No.
old men.
I will not be distracted so easily today. I am waiting for Zuhair to come and tell me the latest news. I have sent him to get me updates from all the cities and tell me what is going on. Zuhair, forget the formalities. Tell me at once, what is the news? Has the fervor died down?
Your Highness, I'm very sorry to report that the excitement and revolutionary spirit of the people is growing every day in every city and town. Fires are now being seen across the towns as farmers burn valuable crops.
They're burning tobacco? They're insane. What will I do without that revenue? The British will never give me my money if I don't get them the crops. Pay all the Jama'at leaders. It's the scholars who are listening to Muhammad Hassan and encouraging the people. Pay them. And if they do not take your money, then threaten them.
We've already done that. Our men have offered money to all the Juma leaders, but none of them took it.
Then shoot them! Open fire on any group of people gathering and talking about the fatwa. make it a capital offense.
We've tried that too. We've shot many times and killed many people, but the numbers are too great now. There is not a store in the country that is found selling tobacco, and not a farmer willing to sell his crop. We are at a loss of what to do.
I will not go back on my deal. I cannot go back on my deal. Ah! Get away from here before I have your head! You are incapable of dealing with these protests. Competent fool. I will go see my wives. I will ask them for tobacco and smoke in public. Show the people what they must do. Wazir.
I am the royal daughter of the Shah, who has just been knighted by Queen Victoria herself. You must all listen to me and do what I say. I am thirsty. Go get me some water.
Oh, please. You look so silly with that curtain in your back. And again, you need water. Go get some yourself. And you might as well come down from your high horse. Haven't you heard all the servants in the palace? They're mad Baba just now. Even Mom said he made a mistake this time.
How could you believe the servants? What do they know? Baba's the most strongest, the most important person in the entire country. Everyone will have to listen to him, otherwise we'll have their heads.
Shh, I hear him coming.
Farishajan, where is your mom? I want her to bring me some of my pipes so I can go outside and smoke in public.
I think she's in the other room.
Did you get all the tobacco? Even the packets in his room?
Yes, but if he finds out, what do you think he'll do to us?
Oh, he won't find out. And even if he does, what will he do? Arrest us? Kill us? Like he's been doing to all those poor farmers? I will not allow anyone to smoke tobacco in this palace as long as the fatwa of Agha Shirazi does not change. You heard what he said, that the use of tobacco is like going to war with the imam. I will break every pipe with my own hands if I have to show my loyalty to the imam.
What is this? In my own home? You are traitors, the both of you. Do you want me to have your heads? Wazir, arrest these two at once.
Your wives? Your Highness, do not arrest them. What are you two doing? Why are you disturbing the dear Shah like this? You must stop.
We are only following the fatwa of Agha Mirza Shirazi. He has said that the use of tobacco is equal to fighting the Imam of our time. We are only following his orders.
How dare you follow his orders over mine? I am your husband and the Shah of Iran. You must only listen to me.
We will not ignore his instructions. How can we? The same one who made us halal to has asked us to do this, and so we must.
Drah!
Because an